At the time of me recording this, we are on the 4th of December, 2021. Saying the year kind of dates it a lot more, huh? Uh, I've been dying to get back to this game, but I've been having a hard time consistently recording and editing, so I've only been doing small things like shiny hunting and collecting statues. In the efforts to get right back to it, here we are once again with part 5. So, a lot of stuff has happened in the previous part because it's mostly just 3 hours of footage cobbled together into the most important bits. But we are here in Salacion Town. We're meeting up with Darian. We're going to do a couple of trades. We're going to do Murkrow for Vespiquen, Murkrow for Mischievous. And I'm going to send him back the Vespiquen that he had graciously allowed us to borrow. We handle our business battling all the trainers on Route 215 right outside of Veilstone. And it is here that the egg that we got back in Hearthome hatches into a Happiny. Now, the most important thing about this is that otherwise we would need to breed a Chansey holding a Lucky Incense or a Luck Incense in order to get Happiny. So this is a very exclusive Pokemon that luckily the game does give us early on enough to train it. However, the same problem happens when you try to train Happiny because you need to hold the Veilstone in order for it to evolve into a Chansey. So we're going to have to do a bunch of stuff with that later involving this line of Pokemon. Now we can pass through the gates to Veilstone City. Veilstone City is one of the last couple of cities before you start to do big loop-to-loops around the region. Team Galactic does have a base here. That's not really that important. This is also where the region's like Mega Mart is, like the big shopping center. Replacing the game corner, we now also have the Metronome style shop. This is where all of your Gen 6 Plus customization mechanics come in. The thing that's very special about it in this game is that, with it being a smaller game, it's a lot more accessible, very simple. You just buy entire outfits instead of individual items of clothing, which is nice because the shelf life of this game is a lot shorter than, say, a main series game, especially with Legend Arceus coming out in the next month. This is completely fine, completely serviceable. It's really cool to see in Gen 4 as well, but just like with the changes to skin colors, you can better customize yourself. It does seem a bit weird depending on what you're wearing because you have sort of the more extreme outfits compared to the NPCs of the region. I do kind of want to stick to just the original Gen 4 outfits for this playthrough, but you know, if I feel like it, I might come and buy that cyber suit or something cool just to wear for later in the game. So now we move on a little bit closer to the gym. We have this unassuming house where a woman offers to massage our Pokemon. This, like in every other game, raises our happiness. And every time I do this in one of the Pokemon games, I get really excited, do it once, and then never remember to do it again. So with Baniri having its happiness increased, hopefully it'll evolve into Lopunny soon. And with that done, we can finally go into the Veilstone Gym. Alright, so now with all of the gym trainers defeated and the puzzle solved, we are able to fight Maylene. Here, I just want to talk about how absolutely cool her team really is. Starting with her Meditite, it's level 27 and has pure power. It has Drain Punch, Light Screen, Flash, and Bulk Up. It is holding the Light Clay and has a naive nature. Now, this is what's important about this. The naive nature raises speed and lowers special defense. With Light Screen, it's making up with that, and with the Light Clay, it's able to set that up, drop a Flash, set up Bulk Ups, and then start to try and sweep your team with a Drain Punch. That is a very elaborate and very specific way to use natures that usually wouldn't be used. Moving on, we have Machoke with the Guts ability. It has Low Sweep, Knockoff, Bulldoze, and Rock Tomb. It's holding the Expert Belt, and it is an Adamant nature. It's very obvious what an Adamant nature Machoke wants to do. But let's go just one step further and take an even closer look at those moves. Knockoff, strong against Psychic types, gets the Expert Belt boost. Rock Tomb, strong against Flying types, again, Expert Belt boost. Bulldoze gives it even more coverage and can be used to slow down enemies to enable Lucario to finish them off. And Low Sweep is obviously there for the stab, taking very strong advantage of the Adamant nature. But that's not the only Adamant nature Pokemon on her team, as her ace Lucario is level 30. It's got Steadfast, its moves are Drain Punch, Screech, Metal Claw, and Bulk Up. That's pretty darn disgusting. I honestly don't think it's as good as the other two movesets, but it is holding the Big Root, meaning that it can go for Stab Metal Claws or Bulk Ups to try and get the boosts. It can even go for a Screech and just start throwing hands. So just straight up throwing hands with Drain Punch and the Big Root combo. Again, it's Adamant nature, got set up. Very well put together team, honestly. With the fighting Steel type, Steel does have some weaknesses that Machoke can help cover. Again, I really do appreciate the way that these teams were constructed. They did have a lot of thought put into them, and I think a lot of people really wrote this off as just, it's a faithful remake, but it's not, because the gym leaders actually have much better teams in this game. Alright, so as soon as we exit the battle, our Chingling evolves into a Chimecha, one of my favorite psychic types. It's a very underrated Pokemon with a nice high base stat. I think I've said that before, probably when I caught it. It's been a couple weeks. We obtained the gym badge, and on the next part, we are going to be going past Veilstone. Gonna do a lot of random stuff again. It's gonna get really all over the place, but I'm looking forward to making it look like it's all over the place, just for the hell of it, If you liked it, thanks. I really appreciate it. If you watched it through, again, really appreciate it. This is a really big endeavor. Really hard to get all this stuff down and done, but I'm having fun. Recording actually does become a lot more fun, but it's it's gonna take me a while to actually beat the game, so I apologize for that in advance, and I hope that you stick with me to the next part.